Okay. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Arima North Secondary Library's week 2 of our book club, where we'll be discussing pages 35 to pages 57. Here with you today is me, Miss Peters, and Miss Ashby. Miss Ashby, how are you today?
I'm fine, thanks.
Yes, I'm good. I'm doing good. So we stayed safe today. We're both at home, working from home. But of course, we're still going to log in to have our conversation about our book club and our pages. So let's get right into it. Yeah? So Ms. Ashby, what did you think about our second week's reading?
Okay, so this is where he was attacked by the Fairmaids.
I think we're having some technical difficulties there. Ms. Ashby, you're kind of breaking up.
The water, and he was attacked by the Fairmaid, and she won and so on. So you kind of get a sense of who he was and all of that. You know, and this is where they discovered that he was dyslexic. He was very good with
I think you're going back a bit, actually. I think you're going back a bit. So I'm gonna stop the recording, Lydia. I'm gonna stop it.
Okay.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to our Arima North Secondary Library Book Club. As you know, our book is The Dark of the Sea, written by Imam Bach. And today we will be discussing our week 2 readings, which is page 35 to pages 57. So again, you're here with Miss Ashby and I, Miss Peters, and we're going to talk about our thoughts, our feelings, and you're going to leave your comments and you're going to tell us how you feel about it, right? So we're at home, so you will get a different view today. Everybody working from home, staying safe. And today we're going to discuss what happens to our protagonist, Dinesh or Dinesh, however you pronounce it, right after his attack from the Fairmaid. So maybe I should do a little recap of last week. Ms. Ashby, what do you think?
Yes, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Last week we started, and last week we met our main character, Dinesh, and we learned a lot about him. We learned a lot about his life, his friends, his family. We learned that he lives with his both parents. His grandfather has a major impact in his life. We met his friend Amit, and we also learned something very interesting that stood up to me, which is that he's dyslexic. And at the end of it, we learn that he has the ability to breathe underwater, and basically he has fish-like qualities, right? He was attacked by a Fairmaid, but he survived. He spared the Fairmaid's life, even though he had the opportunity to kill her. He survived, and now we are back home with him right after the attack, and we are going to see how the story develops. So immediately we meet him at home, where he has retrieved the Fairmaid's spear. So her weapon that she used to attack him, he actually has it. And now he's hidden it. And he just is having constant flashbacks of what happened, thinking about if it's real, if it's not real, whatever. And we see some new characters also, where he has a new friend, somebody who's grown up in Mr. Jones, the guy who works in the library. And a lot of interesting things have happened in this section. So Ms. Ashby, I've said enough. What did you think about these next 30 pages?
So we came back to where he came back home. He wake up from, it seemed to be a dream. He came from the dream, right? And he went and he met his group of friends, and they were going to, hang out online, as the young people would say, by the library / community center. And right here we pick up where even though he is dyslexic, he's very good with the computer, because he could get into the system, into the program. So the even though he's not reading properly, he's very quick on the draw with the computer.
Mm-hmm.
But then this experience here is kind of bittersweet because in order for him to do further work on the computer, he needs to go in the library, and he seemed to have a fear to the extent that he seemed as if the books are attacking him.
Yes, that was
Yeah,
the word he used, attacking. That
yeah,
was the
yeah.
use,
He
yeah.
was feeling like he was being attacked by the
Yeah,
books.
yeah,
So,
definitely.
but he didn't want to go in the library, but he didn't mind interacting with I think they call him Strongman because
Strongman was his nickname, that's
yes,
correct. Yeah.
he didn't mind interacting with him because he wanted to gain weight, get
Right.
muscles and so on, right? Be
Yeah.
stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't mind interacting with him there. Um,
Yeah.
but through the whole it had a through the whole, even though these few pages as well, they keep intercepting that they getting the scent of the rotten whale permeating the air. So I mean, I think that's kind of like a parallel of what's happening with Danish
Mm-hmm.
as well as what is happening in the book.
Right,
Uh,
it is, yeah.
because it seems to have a dark undertone
Mm-hmm.
in the waters where when he went into the other part of, well, now we leave Guyana when he went into the dream, right? He went
Yeah.
into the sea, right? So when he goes there, it have a dark undertone, and that undertone is reflecting with the center of the whale, the whale rotting. That's
Yeah.
what I gather so far.
Yeah. I
Um,
mhm.
okay, go ahead.
No. I gathered the same thing because we still smelling the whale,
Right.
right? I agree with you when you say that we see different layers of our main character coming out because
Right.
he's the one who hacks the computers for them to get internet access. Even though he can't, which we learned earlier, that he can't read or write, he's still the one who is able, he's doing so much evaluation in his head. So he hasn't
Right.
just accepted things or he's evaluated. So he's obviously intelligent. So we're not dealing with a flat character. We're dealing with
Right.
somebody who's diverse, right?
Mm-hmm.
What else I liked about this? Well, there's the main part at the end, but I liked that they are allowing you to see his development with friendship
Mm-hmm.
because you see that Amit and him, there's something that's happening there, whether they will stay friends or grow apart because Amit is talking about leaving the town.
Right.
And then he has developed a friendship with the library worker, right?
Yeah.
And of course, I must say that I enjoyed how he portrayed libraries and I enjoyed how he
Right.
spoke about it and made it in a safe place. You know, he
Yeah.
made the staff in the library seem approachable. Please keep that in mind. And
Yeah.
of course, at the end of this chapter, he's kidnapped.
Yeah.
So he's kidnapped now and he doesn't know what's happening. He's being taken away, right? And we have to now wait and see what's going to happen. But he's taken into the ocean, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he sees this undersea city. He's taken by these people, and he sees this undersea city and an entire new world.
Right.
So there's a lot of imagination there, and it almost made me feel as if I needed to draw a picture of what I saw so
Right.
that the other members of the book club could also draw pictures. And, it was
Yeah.
dramatic. So it was nice. I enjoyed that. But a little bit of critique.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I didn't like the fact that the fair maids, because they were having conversation, obviously, Dinesh and the fair maids. I didn't like
Right.
that they had the same accent as him. You
Oh,
picked up on that?
what you see the thing is, right? This is what I like about it. It wasn't that they had the same accent. What happened was they were they were being translated. So they have
The
like a
tool in
shell,
the air.
right? And they were being
Mm,
translated, and I find that was interesting because they weren't translating standard English. They're translating Guyanese English or Creolese.
mm,
So,
right.
and I find that was a interesting way that the character introduced the dialect, especially the Caribbean dialect, because everybody always gives it a negative connotation that if you're speaking Creolese or if you're speaking Caribbean English, is wrong or it's bad or it is a negative attached to it. So I actually like the fact that they introduce the Caribbean Creole dialect than have him speaking standard English. I thought that was interesting. But and I just wanted to go back a bit with the with respect to the relationships concerning him and his Ajay, his grandfather. How even though he can't, and again I go back to the fact that he can't read, but he could, and even though he don't know the words for the Hindi hymns or songs or whatever they sing in Hindi, and he likes to hear the stories in Hindi in the church, and well, not the church but in the what they call the temple, yes, right? And they will touch on it a little more in the second part when after he get kidnapped and he go to that part. But it was a really interesting way how and that's what I like with this author. He give him, he's not flat, and he give him relationships, not just his friends but also his family members. I can't remember if it's this part or the second part where there's also a bit of black magic concerning his uncle. I believe is the second part. So when we reach to there, I will discuss that part then. Because I think I get the two mixed.
The two mixed up, possibly. But just to go back on the dialect, for me, I just wanted not for them to speak in standard, but just for them to speak differently.
Right.
Just to get some kind of complexity. I found it was like almost like he was still speaking to one of his friends.
Friends, right.
But
that's what they wanted to display, that they wanted to show that he would eventually get accustomed and feel comfortable with the female, what's her name, Medusa.
Oh, we didn't reach there yet, yes, sir.
Oh my gosh. That's what's happened when you just read too fast.
We reached there yet, yes, sir.
But they want to get comfortable with the individual.
It's true. So I enjoyed it. I liked the way he tried to parallel the underworld to our world, and the way he tried to also parallel the underworld to Caribbean life and Guyanese life, and the way he spoke about race relations, and he spoke about politics and those kind of things. So I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. And there's some development because they keep saying that they took Dinesh because they feel that he has this mark of Zanuqua.
I think all that's into the next section,
That's in the next. No. It's in this section still. He's not in the trial yet.
Okay. Right? All right.
So this mark of Zanuqua. So we yet to find out about the mark of Zanuqua.
Well, and in that stage, then we would have met Medusa already.
Yeah,
we would, and we kind of get an insight into the relationship with the female roles that they play.
Whereas there's a large female presence.
And it's quite opposite to Guyana, where it's a masculine or patriarchal society. It's a more is more the women in charge, and the women go out and hunt and work hard, whereas the men stay home and take care of the children.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah. But it's a very interesting developing story. I can't wait to see what happens with Amit. I can't wait to see what happens if he does have this mark or whatever they're talking about. And I guess we'll see what happens next week.
Yeah. So it's interesting so far.
It is. It is. So readers, please let us know what you think about our second week's reading and our second week's conversation. Keep in mind that if you want to join the conversation, just send us a message and you're more than willing to join. So, Ms. Ashby, any final comments?
No, not from this part, but the other part is,
Well, Ms. Ashby is read too far first. Next week, we'll talk about the next part. All right, guys, we'll see you all next week. Okay, bye.
Bye.